Oh, hello there. Welcome to Driven It. This is all Josh Gresswell's fault, and I'll tell you more after this. So what have I done, and why is this Josh Gresswell's fault? I have bought a Citroën Visa. I have returned to my roots. I started driving 33 years ago, and my first car, Citroën Visa. I have had 5 of these. This makes number 6. And the last time I drove a Citroën Visa was 25 years ago. So this is sort of going back to my roots. And yeah, it sort of, the more I look, the more I go, oh. Anyway, so Josh, back to Josh Gresswell. If you don't know who Josh Gresswell is, follow him. I'll put a link somewhere in the description or somewhere up there on the screen. Give him a follow, but follow with caution. You see, he does lots of welding, and it makes you think, oh, what bloody good. Because there isn't anything really, to be honest with you, that he sees that he goes, oh God, no, this is dreadful. Scrap the thing. I'll get back to that in a minute. Anyway, so yes, he does welding, and it's very, very interesting, and he's brilliant. And I've been following him for about a year or 2 years now. And yeah, it encouraged me to sort of go, do you know what? I want to get this sparkly metal glue gun out and practice on something. You see, I've done bits of metal, weld them together. Yeah, done that. Made a few bits and pieces, done some welding on the Douglas Special. But I need to progress, and I need to come out of my comfort zone. And fuck me, am I out of my comfort zone? Because this, we'll come back to that a bit later. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, Josh, really, really good. So he's welding, and it does make you want to do it. So that's why I bought this, because the bus and the Fiat need little bits here and there, but I'm not confident enough to do that without really, with the risk of fucking it up. So I don't want to do that. And I thought, if I've got something to practice on, something that I like. Now, see, here comes the reason why I bought a Citroën Visa. Something I like, I might be able to do something good with it. Why? I will tell you. Well, the reason for the Citroën Visa is it's my return to roots, as I've said. And I wanted a car that I like. You see, I could pick a Ford Focus, a Ford Ka, or anything really, but it has to be something that I like, something that I'm quite passionate about, something that really does return me back to my roots. I don't want to keep looking. I shouldn't look. I've looked at some things and I'm amazed that this thing is amazing. But yeah, I just want to return back to my roots. So that's why I've bought this as my project car for the winter. However, it does come with huge issues. So I've moved this project up the ladder because in wintertime I need something to work on. As I say, I need to practice and go out of my comfort zone, and I really am. But I thought, do you know what? When I bought this, I'll get a trailer, attach it to the Berlingo, and away we go. Well, it turns out you can't tow with the Berlingo. And Luke at Luden Classics, I'm not going to be one of his statistics with people going, see, told you can't, because you can't. The weight of this, although considerably less than what it was when it came out of the factory, because half of it is missing, is still over the weight for a Berlingo, so I couldn't tow it. So it's come here, and now I've got it here, and I'm now looking over it. I can't actually tow it to my garage, because with an A-frame, I don't trust 2 items. One, the rear training arms, and I'll show you the seals, and I'm going to do something with one of the other seals that I did with the other side, and you go, fucking hell. But the training arm mounts, I am really, really suspect about. I have had an old 104 repaired here, so it's not the end of the world. It's quite a reinforced section, so it's not difficult to make up and fix. But the training arm pivots are just a little bit rusty. And also, we have, pray for Jesus, tyres. Because how the hell these things are holding up air, this thing has been on my driveway for 4 weeks and the tyres are still holding air, is anyone's guess. Now, these tyres are pretty shocking, and I can't really take the chance of attaching it to the Berlingo and putting it 80 miles to my lockup. So it's got to come in the garage. So that's why we're going to start on it. Anyway, let me take you around some of the problems this car has. I'm going to bring you in to the engine bay here and show you, as you can see, that's my makeshift fuel tank, because if you see the original, and I'll post up a picture of what the original's insides were like, I am not attaching that to my brand new fuel pump. So yeah, now we've had to get the carburetor linkage working because none of that was working. That was all seized and the clutch mechanism down here was seized. It's still not right, but it does move. It's still a little bit dodgy, so, and it needs a new clutch. However, I should have covered that up. I wrote a piece for Jalopy magazine all those years ago, and one of the things I said was in a buyer's guide, and I went, a place where visas go is the bulkhead. Pretty much, if they've gone here, walk away. Anyway, so yeah, it's fucked. And also, we've got a little bit of rust all up in here, and we've got a suspension turret thing there. I've never really seen them rust there. Brakes, we'll ignore those because they don't work. They're Bluetooth. You see, I love Bluetooth brakes, they don't work. However, one thing that I have discovered, having got it working, this alternator here, when I did manage to get it working, the alternator light would not go out. Once I put the new fuel pump on and I've touched nothing down here, it now works. It's almost like Toby wants to fix himself and get working. So, yeah, and we've got rust down there, which is quite common, and it's slightly missing, and yet the other side is just as bad. But you know what? And there's a bit under there. See, everywhere I look, I find more bloody rust on this thing, and the chassis legs are... They're there. How much of them are still there, I don't know. However, one thing it did do, I was like, oh, I went away to Kia on a range launch, and when I got home, there was a big, massive puddle of water just here. Bear in mind, at the time, the thing didn't work. It started with hopes and prayers. And yeah, I got home and I went, oh, have we had rain? No, the radiator just decided to shit itself on the driveway. So I need to get that recalled, because this is one of the problems I'm going to face with Toby. Where the fuck do you get parts from? It's not like bits for the Volkswagen, or really bits for my Fiat X19, because both of those are supported by a really, really good parts people. These are a little bit different, and I have got plans for Toby, but the plans for old Toby here are, I'm not going to beat myself up, and the plan is to work on the engine. That would be the first thing. Engine out, clutch sorted, engine bay tidied up, welded up, and sort out all the Bluetooth brakes. Then I'll see what happens. There's a bit under here that needs to be done. That's a piece of piss. I've actually bought a new panel for that. I found it on eBay. I went, yep, fuck it, have that. The seals I'm going to have to leave till last. There we go. Right, so here we have a Visa seal, and it's not really attached any more, because yeah, it's a little bit fucking crispy. Jesus Christ. Thankfully, hydrangeas do like a bit of iron ore to change their colour. So, you know, all of this shit, I can put it into the garden. But yeah, here we go, look, bits of Visa. Anyone want a bit of Visa? Comments, send me your address, and I'll post you a bit of Visa. But yeah, here we go. Now, this side, I'll be honest with you, is not as bad as the other, because my concern is, and the reason why I haven't taken it to my garage just to get it out of the way, is because I don't trust the training arms. Now, here is my concern with the training arm. That nut there looks a little bit suspect, and it wouldn't surprise me if once I put a buzz gun to that, that's just going to snap off. So one of the things I need to get is new training arms. But actually, do you know what? In there, there's a bit shitty there. That there isn't too bad. So, yeah, but it's a bit crispy and it's a bit, bits of the car are fucked off. So, yeah. Yeah. The other issue I have with old Toby here, and it's why I think I've taken on a little bit more than I can chew, is a lot of the suspension components are quite rusty. And we need a lot of work and a lot of tidying up, because if it was just the bodywork that needed welding, yeah, I'm sure I could be all right there, but it's all the other mechanical crap that I've got to sort out as well. And that I wasn't really budgeting on or planning on doing. But he's here now, so shut up, Stuart. Get on with it. I know, right? Ooh. Lock-in fuel cap from the Citroen accessory range. And do you know one thing I do like about the Super E? I do like the wheels. I've always liked the look of those wheels. Mud flaps. Oh, sexy. It's not. This does all sound quite dramatic, but it does have a few redeeming features. Admittedly, they're quite few and very far between, and you have to look for them. But we've got them. The clock works. The engine, with 56,000 miles on the clock, oh, hello, that is really, really sweet. I have not heard a Citroën Visa engine sound that sweet for a bloody long time. And also, the radio, it works.
Piece of shit car. I got a piece of shit car.
Okay, yeah, we don't need the radio on anymore. We'll turn that off. Thanks, Toby. Other good things about my piece of shit car. I've got a piece of shit car. No, I haven't really, Toby. You're not really a piece of shit. We're going to make you good, I think. Comes with a new bonnet. I've seen a picture of the original and it looks like a doily. And also comes with new headlights. So, you know, there is that bonus for the car. So, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't get this done. As I say, I'm really out of my comfort zone. And this is just a practice, just a play. Am I going to sort of build this thing up and say, we're going to do a road trip in a year's time, 2 years' time? No, I'm not. Because I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to force myself. Because when you do something with an old car and they fight you or they don't fight you, you can lose heart very quickly. And I have lost heart several times when I look at this thing just disintegrating on my driveway. And I tell you now, it looks like someone has walked by and just thrown bran flakes down my driveway, because you sort of go, is that more shit from you, Toby? No, it can't be. Oh, yes, it is. Oh. But yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up. However, one of the things I would like to do, because I'm sort of speaking to my sticker man, because you know me, I like stripes and I like some spotlights. Yeah, I'm going to shove a set of headers on the front of this regardless. But I am looking at some graphics. I like a stripe and I've got an idea in my head, and I've got an idea for something else at the back, only because that's just what I want to do. But are we going to do a road trip? I don't know. But if things do go according to plan and I get Toby here working and on the road, we shall then go for a road trip. But as I say, I'm not promising myself. And you shall sit here and I shall sit here with the beautiful PRN dashboard, because I tell you now, this dashboard is phenomenal. I just absolutely love the Visa PRN dashboard. And that's another thing, I was just actually hit on something why I bought this. If this was an 11RE with the Peugeot dashboard like I had in my 10E and my Visa diesel, no, I wouldn't have bought it, because that dashboard was, this was phenomenal. But yeah, so yeah, that is the plans for Toby Visa. So stick around and we shall see what happens and how far we get. Oh, what the fuck have I done? And yeah, thanks, Josh. Don't forget to like and subscribe to his page, because he is absolutely brilliant. But as I said, watch with caution, because you will possibly end up doing something as fucking stupid as I have. GoPro, stop recording.
Piece of shit car. I got a piece of shit car. That fucking pile of shit never gets me very far.